Everybody heard a joke about a priest, a rabbi, and a minister walking into a bar. But have you heard the one about a high priest, a bush doctor, and a minister of propaganda meeting up at a coffee shop to talk to a high scientist? What a thing to tell the king. WEED Propaganda Radio presents BTS, the Bush Tea Sessions.
When I set a melody in the evening, it's the same way.
You got it?
Please, Chloe.
It's so staggy.
Yes, you gotta mute your background if you're not talking, Chloe.
What happened?
You gotta mute your background if you're not talking.
Click the microphone. Bring y'all
Reverberation.
DJ, look, you got another Negas Escobar, man.
You got the mute yet?
As long as it's not muted.
If you put your mouse on the bottom, see the mic, click on the microphone. Click on the microphone at the bottom.
She's like, what?
Wait. Oh, I see it. Wait. Oh,
Yeah, click on the microphone at the bottom of the screen. When you move your cursor, your thingy at the bottom.
Yeah. You guys don't hear me?
Screen.
No,
Touch
we
the
can hear
screen
you,
and
but
you
we're
see
hearing
stuff
static
come
when you're
up.
not talking. So when you're not talking, mute it.
Oh. Wait, did I mute you guys?
No, you just mute yourself. You can't mute us.
Oh. Wait, no. But you hear me now, so I didn't mute it.
Hear you.
Okay.
And we're not hearing all of the static anymore either.
Right.
Maybe because you're moving around and like rubbing up against the microphone. You like rubbing up. No, I'm not even gonna go there.
So then back to the colonizers using the gout that they had telling
Feel your mind, reel it in, Big Son. Reel it in.
Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise.
So Chloe's in the house.
Wait, we can get Chloe's introduction before we go off air though, because she wasn't here to do her intro.
Oh, dang. Y'all did intros and everything?
We did an hour already.
Crap. You guys are off
It's like going on the second hour.
Your credentials.
All right, so you guys are talking about slavery.
That's why I was asking you what time zone you in, Chloe. We're talking about the Ottoman Empire.
Okay.
What? We're talking about the Ottoman Empire? Or
How
we're
they
talking
would
about
put
the
their
Empire
feet
using
on children.
Haitians as Ottomans?
I thought they were using Haitians as Ottomans. Not Haitians, slavery. The little kids as Ottomans.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, they were, right? But that was
They were
true.
using little kids as
Oh,
tools.
but do you know the reason why? We code break the reason why we're using.
Me and you gonna have a conversation, Okay.
All right, so can you break down for Chloe why they use the children as footstools?
Introduce yourself, Chloe.
Oh, dang.
Let Chloe do her introduction.
Okay, Danger, we're gonna get Chloe's introduction, and then you're gonna explain
She said, I ain't ready.
Empire use Haitian children as Ottomans.
She walked into the lion's den.
For
That shit
real.
like already? I
So
know
introduce yourself.
her
Introduce
face.
yourself.
She's
Tell us
like
about
already? What do y'all want from me? Jump on in.
Come on, just tell us who you are, Chloe Fontaine.
Okay, I'm Chloe Fontaine. I'm in the lane. Oh, my God.
Sounds like she's drinking lean.
Lions in this den. They're too much. My goodness.
I got my lean cup. I'm all leaned up.
I'm gonna go get me some more ginseng. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Royal jelly out this month. Yo, we got the royal jelly. Royal jelly.
Like everybody has libations. Some people have herbal libations as well. So, like how they get their little sip, whatever you're gonna sip on. So you can be here for a minute. So that's why he's gonna go get a refill.
Oh, okay.
Well, this
How are
game, he
you,
looks like
Chloe?
trees hanging in the background, curing and shit.
It's the lit hour. Everybody's getting lit.
I gave a brief introduction of you explaining your acting background, but I guess you can fill in the rest of what makes Chloe Fontaine Chloe Fontaine.
Okay, I'm Miss Chloe Fontaine. I am of Haitian descent. I am very proud of my Haitian culture.
Absolutely.
I am an actress. I've been an actor for the past 10 years here in New York. I'm a lover of art, a lover of all things mystique, and I'm here to gain the knowledge that you guys have, because I am very, not thirsty, but very eager to learn and broaden my horizons.
All right, and since everybody else is off getting their fill, I'll fill you in on what you've missed so far. We've definitely covered introductions, which you just covered. We've broke down significant codes in connecting Game of Thrones to demonology. We've also talked about, what else did we cover, Nick, while I was away?
Oh, I think
we discussed King. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I have the wall of projection up. So if you look, Chloe, I just have my wall of projection up because I'm not camera ready at all.
Okay, so this wall.
We covered the King James version of the Bible, and then we covered a book on demonology written by, wait for it,
King James.
King James.
So we saw how
he wrote the Bible,
and he wrote a book about demonology.
The counter argument for demonology.
Not a book.
Wow.
The book.
Wow.
He wrote the definitive book on demonology.
Just like today in American politics,
he wrote the Bible.
How they'll have someone in X amount country, and then we find out that our country is selling guns to not only the rebels, but the government of said country, playing both sides of this, where it originated from. So we were talking about that. We did our introductions, and then and then we were talking, the brothers were talking about what else? We were talking about some books. We were talking about, schools of thought, awesome, because everybody's coming with a different element. I was showing them Afrofuturism, where we're going into the future. So right now we're actually changing the future, coming together. We're changing the trajectory of our lives, and people who are going to be watching, because what we're telling them, since we are taught in school the spell and with grammar and the glamour, which puts us in a kind of sleep. So now we're waking people up. So we're actually changing the trajectory of their lives. So I guess your character is going to be that person who's like getting that from your introduction, getting that trajectory. So we can see, like, in 5 times, we can actually see you become like fully conscious now and start pulling things from the universe, where you're coming and you're showing us through your filter and everything, and how you produce it and become the creatrix. So they were discussing things like that. I'm also of Haitian descent, from the island of Hispaniola, people from Rivière-Froide. So it's very nice to see you, sister. Well, I don't know why they named it the island of Hispaniola, but that's was the original name.
The Arawak name.
Our original flag was black and red. So leg by colors. So
leg by colors. Also,
we can code break that.
You can save that for a future episode, code breaking of flag colors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna be sure to add that into the Hawk's Nest.
So welcome aboard, Chloe. This is the first time I actually seen you. I'll
Yes.
turn the camera so you
I'm
can
feeling
see.
your cheekbones, by the way.
Yes, she's so cute.
You hear me? I said I'm feeling your cheekbones.
Oh,
Look like you got a little baby. You got a baby
nice
face.
to meet
Oh,
you.
it's looking on the camera to get some
Don't be all
cheekbones
baby faces.
and cheekbones.
What?
I
I have a quick
upside of the
question,
camera.
though.
Cheekbones in.
Quick question. How did you guys link Game of Thrones to demonology?
Okay, well, since
Oh,
Angel's no longer here, are you familiar with the slang "King of the North"?
It's not the slang, it was the title. It was not just a slang.
But no, it became slang in pop culture where you have these school kids and these, running around saying that they're King of the North. They're King of the North, following,
like the Fist of the North Star. Basically, we need to connect King of the North with the Fist of the North Star. Go on.
No, I haven't heard that phrase before.
The King of the North? I am the King of the North?
Only on the show. Yeah, I've never heard it outside of the show.
Well, that means you probably haven't been around the rabid fans of the show that literally copy everything down to costumes to where they're creating Targaryen languages for phonics and it's everywhere. But whenever these people
Targaryen,
whenever these people run around saying that they're King of the North, they're really summoning the real demon King of the North, Zimmer. You know what I'm saying? And unknowingly, subconsciously.
Is that like the Norse? The Norse king?
No, he's the king of the North of hell.
That's
That's his domain. Like he commands legions of, I think, 2 million legions are behind of him. His army.
Danger.
Is it true that there's a bunch of kings of hell, like 7 kings or something like that of hell? Or...
There's kings, there's dukes, there's lords. There's princes. Danger.
Of hell?
You're muted. You're muted.
You're muted. Danger, we can't hear you.
Why? Hold on. What's going on, phone?
Wait, is this a shutdown? Did Danger shut down?
Hello?
Oh, we gotta restart. Okay, I gotta hang up.
Danger.
I guess he's gonna come in. He's gonna come back in.
Danger D left. Where does everybody go? Oh,
no, he's coming back in. He was having
issues.
His mic cut out for some
Of
parents.
course.
You guys hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in hell, there's a bunch of kings and princes and all that's going
on down. As above, so below. As above, so below. As above, so below.
Okay. So now these kids are saying that they're the king of the north, but they're actually saying that they're following this king of the north of hell?
Zimmer. Well, that's his actual name.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's a trickster demon. He's very knowledgeable he deals with things. But it's not only the name. If you look at Game of Thrones itself, a lot of the imagery that they portray in the show with the dragons and I think Zimmer had he rides on a dragon. That's his description in these grimoires.
Okay.
And it's the whole, it's just weird that you find these little kids just running around mimicking these things that they see on television and in pop culture. But it's either, we know parents try to censor what children watch sometimes, but even sometimes these subliminal notes might go under the parents' radar to where even them themselves are practitioners of these rituals and saying these chants and these spells that are conjuring these entities that are literally invading their lives, invading the people's lives around them. And, demons thrive on this type of activity and behavior. They like being unknowingly worshipped. They like being exalted. This is how they manifest their power. So
do you think that a curious child or something is now Googling who's the king of the north and probably getting introduced into, I guess, Satanism or something?
I'm saying that the average kid that Googles it wouldn't find anything. They'll just keep chanting and doing whatever. But it's the very few kids that choose to go down the rabbit hole that goes into further exploration. That might be like, whoa, this is what really going on. But then again, you have that balance where they might be so invested that they don't care and they continue going forward rather than, you know, turning away from all of this.
Okay.
You, no matter how hard you try, you can't get away from your destiny. It's a choose your own adventure book, but they're gonna choose the right ending for themselves.
I see. That's why I wanted to ask Franchise from the beginning. Do he think these people who screaming the king, are they not like naive to what they're saying? I think they know what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're naive.
It's a matter of, but that's the whole thing. But with a work of art, it's always open to interpretation. For instance, I drew up King of the North something different because of the way I've been indoctrinated and the way I've been written. I drew it up as the King of the Wilderness of North America. And I took it upon myself and incorporated it into my personal mythology as the John Crow, Jon Snow, Kobo Bobo, because I am the King of the North in the wilderness of North America. Because that's where I am manifesting. So I say Kobo Bobo, Jon Snow, John Crow Bobo. But that's something different what he's talking about.
I mean, because I'm seeing how you look at it.
It's how you interpret it. I cast my own spells. I am the wizard. I don't listen to any other wizard. I make that wizard listen to me. Where's?
On the element of high science, and I think it was Nick that brought up earlier in Egyptians that there was study of necromancy and stuff like that. Are we familiar with the episode where Jon Snow literally died, a ritual was performed, and he came back to life? And they're using all of these clues.
Yes, but the whole point is she pointed out that they have nothing. They jacked everything from us. Even necromancy, even the fuckery they got from us. They don't even have their own shit.
But now when it comes to the, as I would like to call it, the novices who don't know about these things and who don't know what they're summoning and calling upon, it's like if you have the knowledge and you have the power, yes. Summon as many demons and angels and entities as you want if you know you have them under your control. But if you're just a novice and a demon like Mammon or Zimmerman and they choose to wreak havoc on your lives and you have no...
That's the whole point of the matter, yo. Check it out. How do we... Sometimes you got to grab the bull by the horns and jump in and make the way by walking. Sometimes a novice becomes a master by walking into the fucking fire. So sometimes if they're made to be it, they're made to be it and they'll go that way. If they're not made to be it, then they'll get disintegrated. But if not, then they'll be elevated. Disintegrated or elevated is, you got to make the way by walking.
Who wins and who loses? To gain the
There are no winners and there are no losers. It's just an ongoing game.
A Game of Thrones?
It's a game of life.
A game of souls.
A Game of Souls. Let's speak on that.
We gotta put that in the Hawks Nest, Game of Souls. And here's Chloe with the assist.
But franchise say the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh,
is
my
seven
water
kingdoms
should be done.
hell.
Let me go get my tea popping.
But I just the Rasta man out the bush. Me no Game of Thrones is no Game of Hell. I don't know, because all I know is winter mean death. And I just say that all the time. Winter is dead time of the year. So when they say winter coming.
Yes, you hit the hammer on the head, because winter is death, winter is coming, and it was an army of death. And winter is when everyone dies. You hit it right on the nail head.
I don't just born herb and watch the show. I never read the book. I was just a very high spirit is who direct me towards the show, which I was quite defiant for quite some time in even giving it a chance, because I don't indulge in no dragons and no fire breathing. I don't deal with fire breathing people every day. All these people with hot breath coming talking and the falling nonsense in front of man's face, talking about chicken must eat and you must get protein in your body, so the Rasta man must eat meat, and this and that, and Selassie eat meat, so you could eat meat. I don't, that means dragons to me. Come breathing their hot breath, talking and nonsense, trying burn down man tabernacle.
What what Chloe, not Chloe, what Nick was saying earlier is that how they designed these shows and they set the mood, they set the tone that you could be in a state where you're more receptive to these signals, you're more receptive to these illuminatic undertones that they're putting right in front of your eyes, but just out of eyesight. I mean, they can't hide the Starbucks cups and they can't hide the water bottles, but they can hide all of that subliminal shit.
Well, guess what? I think you fall into the trap, franchise. I gonna propose, right, that the code that they encoded work. That was a partnership between them and Starbucks. The water bottle was just to cover it up so it don't seem like it is. That's all it is, my lad. You fall for that trick. That's how I look at it. That was a well orchestrated trick.
Like passive marketing? Is that like a passive way to market Starbucks?
Very, because if anybody from the 80s remember like Superman Part 2, right? The Times Square scene. Everybody remember that big old Coca-Cola sign on that screen? Where the lady break the screen and it was the Coca-Cola sign. All these things is where they put in it. So Starbucks is like, what? It's right there. This show is ending. Who if you're a director, wouldn't you take a few mil for that? This show is coming off the air and splitting into 3 different shows. And we going to get a cool meal or 2 or 3 or 4. Who knows? To just let their cup put it's a commercial because the whole world is talking about it. Why should they pay for a commercial that's going to run amongst all the other commercials and you could get a spot on the news?
Yes,
run for free.
Yes,
not for free. You put up the money. You paid the person who gonna put it on the set. Then you gonna pay the people to blast it out and talk about it.
A Trojan Horse advertising. LL Cool J and FUBU did that same shit when they did the FUBU cap and the Gap commercial. A lot of people got fired at the Gap over that shit. He's like, he has a FUBU hat and he's like, for us, buy us on the low in a Gap commercial, and that helped springboard FUBU. Damon John is a genius.
Yep.
Well, how he launched his brand was stalking LL Cool J outside his home to wear his clothing until he finally did. And then finally when he did, then he got an in to do that commercial.
And undermine the Gap commercial.
Well,
absolutely, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be using their tools to wake up our people.
Exactly, the art of war. You use your enemy's resources.
So all of you clothing designers and fashion houses out there, you do not have to stalk the law.
Absolutely, the art of war.
Is my mailing address and send me all your merch. You don't gotta stalk me. You don't gotta track me down. Just mail me. But I keep forgetting that Chloe's in the house. Now that Chloe's in the house, and we get her reaction to Danger deciphering the real use of Haitian children in the empire of... Which empire was it?
It was not an empire. He said he was using them as elements.
But yeah, at first we was thinking that it was for comfort, but we broke down what it was really for. Go, Danger.
The art of war. The lost art of war. Both.
That's pre-bourgeoisie. Haitian history pre-bourgeoisie era. Okay. Yeah, but it's for both though. Like I can't say it's for one or the next.
No, because you said it was to get rid of gout.
That's what I'm saying, but that was their thought. You see what I'm saying? But for the normal person, they think the people them just doing it for comfort. They just totally cruel. Because if you were them, right, what would you have done? Wouldn't you have tried the same thing? If you seen these people resilient, they out in the sun, they don't want to get sick. Huh? What would you have done if you were them? Like,
how would I fathom in my mind that resting my feet upon this little black child's back is going to make my feet feel better?
But okay, so they're using them in like throughout the day? Like
they were using the kids medicinal.
Is there a thing as medicinal
When
kids?
he
What are you
could have
talking
put
about?
his feet in the grass.
Yes, medicinal melanin.
Oh,
The melanin was the medicine in it. They were the medicine. The melanin was the medicinal value.
The children. The melanin in the children.
Yes.
But how does it transfer to the foot from the back?
He was putting it on his skin.
But see, the thing is,
on the skin to skin
They
contact.
used to eat
Skin
the
to skin
mummies
contact. Okay.
because the energy is in the skin.
They still eat placentas.
They eat the mummy's
Allegedly.
skin because the electric, what we have as melanin is in the 7 layers of the skin. Right.
You're breaking up.
Absolutely. But because they don't have the connection, they could have just been feeding grass, got rejuvenated. But they look at the youth because that's a nubile body. That's what's going on today. That's why they're taking the youth and snatching these children away from their parents, now taking their body parts so they can live. Rockefeller had melanin right now is like $400 a penny. Where is it?
You can buy that?
Melatonin. But we on essence, the Congo comment. You said you're gonna die. You always been timid, and you was eating. Right now, you can't find a lot of the bodies of the pharaohs because they ate them. They was eating us from then to now because they need that melanin to get into their body, because everything that's happening in Alabama right now is because 60% of the abortions are Caucasian babies, and the birth rate has gone down 3 years. Now Europeans are not reproducing. So now Alabama being so frightened of the blackening, the browning of America, because they understand, they always tell us we're the minority, but they're talking about with this 325 billion people on the planet. 7 billion. We are the majority of the melanated people. We're the majority of the people on this planet. So the only way they can rule is from divide and conquer, to make you feel like I have no power when you have all the power. You're the resource. You're the gatekeeper of all the minerals in Africa. Right now, we're melanated face anywhere in Africa and say, I want to be with y'all. First intelligence, they're going to let you have land. So you got to understand your power and what's really going on. These people are running scared. They don't want these women to have abortions because they understand in 10 years, in one generation, we're going to overtake them.
Right.
Danger, have you been wanting to get on this abortion topic for a minute now?
My boy, really and truly, she hit it on the head for the reason why they doing it, you know. For me, I personally like it because I want to tell you, I really feel at some point there is a level of responsibility when it comes to partaking in sex that needs to come to the forefront of this society. It has become so cliche that the notion of another entity having to enter this world because of your actions, it has become so cliche that people wasn't taking responsibility for their actions. They figure, well, I could just have an abortion if I get pregnant.
Well, listen here. I don't want to cut your wisdom short, but I want to interject that into your pipe and let you smoke it and move forward with this here. If they said the Jesus Messiah was coming back, he came through the womb. So who's to say that this Jesus Messiah couldn't have came back several times, but he's been aborted several times already?
Wow.
I don't mean to laugh, but I don't like when somebody says something that come from the danger perspective, as I don't call it, because look, I just interject that, yes, man. I saw the thing set because the entities need a vessel to be able to
Absolutely.
tread on the earth. And if the person who was chosen to house that vessel and be the caretaker, or what is the word you use earlier, the cultivator.
Yes, the culture.
So the person who is the cultivator, the person who chose to culture that, if they take it upon their own self and grateful enough to forget about the actions that they were dealing with, or with their own life and their time and their body part and functions, that, hey, okay, you are ungrateful and you don't realize the blessing that's coming forth, and you're going to take it upon yourself to decide to just throw away all your blessings before you even give your blessings a chance to manifest. You see what I'm saying? So I like this whole, and I don't care. Honestly, I don't give a Tool Mundo, Jack or Harry. I don't care what no woman say about you taking away my choice. Your choice was sleep with a man or don't sleep with a man. You see what I'm saying? That's where the choice was. You see what I'm saying? It's not in having a child or not. It's because you have to, and this is my throw it against the wall and see if it sticks. Every time you have sex, there is a possibility, no matter what you think you did, once you have vaginal intercourse, penis and vaginal, and there is the whole science behind of it, of what comes out and in, there is a chance, whether condom or not, or pills or whatever, that woman may become pregnant. So
you don't think the abortion ban is just punishing people who are of lower economic status? Because I feel like people who are middle class or and above, they'll just go somewhere else to get their abortion. That's not going to stop them. No law is going to stop them from getting an abortion. They'll just hop on a plane to like DR and go get an abortion there.
Chloe, what you said is poor and middle class. If you're poor and middle class, you're not jumping on a plane to go anywhere. You're probably going to jump in the fridge, get Guinness, some bleach, and a hanger. But
she
yeah.
said rich. I understand what she's saying, and I feel where she's coming from. But I think some forms of discipline sometimes has deemed to be necessary, and this might be one of them, where it's like, okay, at least think before you act. Put the real life situation over the pleasure, and every community there is that one family that they have a kid in every age bracket, and it's to a point now that these kids turn out a lot. Some go far left and some follow the same path, because it's like, hey, I'm okay, I turned out okay, so I could emulate, because the brother said something earlier about like the cartoons, you know, and it's kind of the same thing. It's like it's a learned behavior. It becomes muscle memory to a point. So now, at least if there is something in place that at least like make you want to pump your brakes or pull your handbrake, maybe some people are gonna say, okay, like, because I'll let people will say, oh, the condoms break and all of that. Yes, I understand, but a lot of it is just ignorant sex. So
you think it'll make people more responsible about their sexual actions and choices? Like maybe women will get birth control, or maybe, you know, people use more condoms to kind of prevent the unwanted pregnancies?
I think that to a certain point, that's what you're saying. It will force you to be more responsible and to make informed choices like you should have been making before. But because you had this safety net of abortion, people were like, fuck, kill, fuck, it don't make a difference. Instead of them thinking about the choices they're making. So now that they have this other thing happening, then maybe they will make it. But why does the government have to interject itself into your affairs for you to be a fucking person who makes informed decisions? If they were making informed decisions to begin with, then this wouldn't be a factor. Like, I'm not, for instance, when they talking about there's a recession and shit like that, nobody in the hood knows about a recession. They spend their money and they pay their bills, whether it's recession or boom time, because they're not affected by that, because their monies are not in the stock markets and everything that fluctuates. Same too with this situation. they're not, if you're making the right decisions, you're not going to be impacted by this legislation, whether it's a ban or whether it's a free thing, because you're making decisions to keep you off the grid.
Right.
I have two things. My first thing is this. I do not promote in killing, but I do believe in not rolling the dice. But my thing is this. The first thing, if you're going to give the doctor 99 years, you either split that 50-50 between the doctor and the client. I don't think the doctor should foot all of those years. He's just performing a service. My second thing is, to make everything easier, how about we just get rid of all abortions and put an indefinite limit of how many children you can drop off to an orphanage? We talked about in the previous
now
episode.
they're adopting white children so that I can raise them right.
But like you said, you don't want to exterminate
people, Caucasian children. Let's be accurate, because I don't want Nick to come after me for saying white. Yeah, so
you don't want to exterminate the next Christ, like what it was saying earlier. So you let everyone live, but you put them in the foster system. You put them in adoption agencies.
But then again, that's going to be. An IQ is an intelligence quarter, which is your potential. It's potential and kinetic. You might have the Jesus person born and we're not aborting them, and you put them into the foster system. That might stifle them and not make them who they're supposed to be, or they might be brand broken and become who they're supposed to be.
I mean, I feel that Christ will rise in any circumstance.
It always rises, no matter how much they try to homogenize. You're right.
Is that safe to say that's why the story, even in the story they told, Jesus was rich?
Yeah, and they tried to kill him off, remember? He killed all of the firstborns in that city trying to stop the rise of the Messiah. Just like J. Edgar Hoover tried to stop the rise of the Messiah.
Okay, pause. Now you shine a whole new light on the situation. If they was killing babies from before Christ, I don't think there should be a law, like, because this has been happening before law.
But there was a specific purpose in them doing that. They were trying to stop the rise of a Messiah, and that's the same thing. There's nothing new under day sun. There is nothing new under day sun. There is nothing new under day sun. They just play the same infinite loop of stories over and over again. They even doing it in our lifetime by remaking the same friggin' movies all over the place. So if they're doing it in Hollywood within our own time, you don't think they've been doing this since ancient times? Come on, man. Every day we write the book like Elvis Costello. The Bible's written every day. We're writing the scripture right now.
But my thing is this. Okay, yes, they were performing these abortions to eliminate the next Messiah. But I think they're conducting abortions now.
They were killing babies. They were already born.
They're doing abortions now to prevent future stunt holes being out of control, because you can tell from a young age from the crapshoot whether your child's going to be worth shit or not. I feel.
But we need them all. Like Nas said, women don't abortion a room. We're gonna need more warriors soon in one mic. We're gonna need them all. Some of them are gonna be cannon fodder.
I agree. We need them all. Did we get Nit back? We finally got Nit back. Yay.
My phone is exhausted, so I'm just going to fall back because it might lose it again. But I just want to let y'all know.
Nit?
Right here.
Hey, I like sorting people terminology, you know. A woman say her phone exhausted.
Tired, bad. Exhausted. It do all it could do for me.
It's not dead. It just need a rest.
Oh, yeah, was a victim of another Negus Escobar.
Hey, Franchise, he's a troublesome dude, you know. Franchise, I can't. Where your camera? I seen his big.
Everybody's on except for me.
I seen a big gun, my lad.
Danger. I see Chloe. I see
Seen a big gun. You know. Yeah, read him up now. You're good.
Okay, get rid of all the beasts.
Yeah, that's a slight technical issue on Franchise, but
I almost out to lean. I think the ex-gang will refill coffee.
Coffee. And I think he's making one, or he come back. He reach.
Yes, I.
Reach.
So I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything we could cover. I think we probably have like 1 or 2 episodes ahead. You guys want to keep going, or?
I can't go no more because the phone needs to rest. It just gave me like 4%. So I said, let me come.
So when's the next time we can reconvene? Like I put my schedule early. I can do something more tomorrow morning. I can't do tomorrow morning. I only have between 10 and 11 tomorrow morning. But on Sunday morning I can do if y'all are not going to worship in the house of the Lord on that day.
Well, Sunday we just have tabernacle with our GT brethren them, but they could be a welcome addition to the session.
Get something in red. Get something in red.
Just going to say, just don't check me on Saturday. That's a one day of the week.
Yeah, Saturday is dangerous Sabbath, so we never really communicate on Saturday.
Get something in red. Get something in red. Get something in red.
I was saying if like I don't know if you guys are doing anything later on. Next 2 hours, next 2 hours, let the phone fully charge, and then we could come back. I don't have a problem with that. If y'all want to get back on. But I see the phone really have to be fully charged because she's just losing power, and I have it charged up, so there's nothing I can do.
Hey, this Nego sister, man.
From my experience doing these kind of things, usually a full charge will give you an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half.
Listen. Can we do it on? Are y'all cool with like the Code Breaker crew? Are we cool with when the next time we can do it? Us.
Sunday.
Code Breakers.
Sunday or probably later this evening. Is anybody free this evening, like Nit was saying?
What time?
I got to go into the cornfields tonight. I mean, the cotton fields.
All right, so Sunday then. Sunday will be our next segment.
Hey, this brother not easy,
You guys want to do Sunday morning or Sunday what time?
Charge.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Chloe, did you grow another head? I see another head on you. You grew another head?
Oh, yeah. That's the little one.
Such a wonderful cuteness.
Mansa.
Hey, Mansa Musa. Hey.
Yep, Mansa Musa in the house. Yes, we giving our children more kingly names. I agree with that.
Yes,
he just woke up from a nap. He's a little cranky.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mansa Musa, yeah.
Yeah, I would have been crappy too if the English was always trying to steal my empire.
Right. What's his name, Chloe?
Huh?
What's his name?
Mensa.
Oh, give thanks.
That's what we call Mansa Musa, after the richest man in the world.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Mansa Musa, the richest man in the world. He made the price of gold drop.
Richest man in history.
Yes.
Richest man in history. He dismantled so many people, economic businesses just coming through.
Ja Rastafari. Whoa, hey, whoa. Yeah, me no kill a cat. Cause some boy no recognize say you're the biggest blood clot selector around here, you know. Yeah, I listen, I danger D, I'm a bridging for life, no watch nothing. Whoa, I triple spin sound free and the world is yours and take control of your life, of course. Can't be held down by no evil force. Who the most I bless, no wizard can curse. Knowledge is the key, then the world is yours and take control of your life, of course. Can't be held down by no evil force. Who the most I bless, no man curse. Triple spin with all that Jah created. Why can't we just live as one? There's food and clothes and shelter for triple spin to spread to everyone. With loyalty and humbleness, you shall inherit the earth. Know your purpose in creation. Triple spin, know what life hurt and black people free. And the world is yours and they control. Life, of course, can't be held down by no evil force. Who the most I bless, no wizard can curse. Knowledge is the key, then the world and take control of your life, of course. Can't be held down by no evil force. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, false rulers of the earth at war for power and domain. And the cost of living gets so high, the poor and needy can't sustain. With righteousness exalt and harmony flow through every heart. With the love and the blessings flowing through triple spin sound. Can't depart, black people be free cause the world is